Dear Luna, after 3 years, I finally have the courage to share the story of my life before you arrived. I am sharing this so I will not forget. Life is short, and if the Lord calls me home sooner than I expect, I want you to hear this directly from me. Before you came, I was one of those women searching the internet late at night. Pregnancy stories, fertility stories, stories of women who waited. I was looking for hope, and now, it is my turn to share mine. Your father and I got married late. I was already in my mid-30s, and he was already in his 40s. Like many couples, after we got married, we wanted to have a baby, but it did not happen right away. Month after month, I wondered, why am I not getting pregnant? Is something wrong with me? Did I wait too long? Those questions were quiet, but they were heavy. So we sought help from an OB who specialized in fertility. I found her online. She was known as a fertility expert, so I decided to try. During my first visit, they asked me, "Where is your husband?" That was when I learned something important. Fertility is not only about the woman. Both husband and wife need to be checked, because pregnancy involves both sides. So I went back with your father. We had tests, checkups, questions, and vitamins. I had my vitamins. He had his too, and that stayed with me. Because sometimes, women carry the burden of fertility alone. But it should not be that way. It is not only the woman who prepares. The man prepares also. After the tests, our results were okay. The doctor said it was mostly about timing, but there was another factor, stress, and I knew that part was real. At that time, I was an office manager in a big construction company. The work was heavy. The pressure was real. The responsibility was too much. I was carrying so many things at once. Part of me even planned to quit, just so I could focus on getting pregnant. But by God's grace, my employer allowed me to work from home for a while. They even gave me 2 assistants to help lessen my workload. Still, months passed, and I still could not get pregnant. I became tired. I lost hope. I stopped taking pregnancy tests. I stopped expecting. I surrendered everything to God. And sometimes, that is what waiting does. It brings you to a place where you no longer know what else to do, except pray, breathe, and surrender. I thought surrender was the end of my hope, but it became the beginning of a different kind of faith. After I surrendered everything to God, something happened that slowly changed the way I hoped. One afternoon, I had a conversation with our plant manager, someone I looked up to. We were talking about a book we had both read, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. There was a chapter in that book titled, Faith, Visualizing and Believing in the Attainment of Desire. The book talked about faith, visualization, and acting as if you were already in possession of the thing you deeply desired. For others, maybe that meant success, money, or a dream. But for me, it meant one thing, a baby. Then he told me, try to visualize it. Imagine that you already gave birth. Imagine that you are holding your baby. Imagine that you are breastfeeding. At first it sounded simple, but something in me listened, because I was already tired of imagining another negative result. So I started imagining life differently. I imagined myself holding my baby. I imagined myself breastfeeding. I imagined myself as a mother. But I want to be very clear. I was not trying to control God. I was not treating visualization like magic. I was not saying, if I imagine hard enough, God must give it to me. No. For me, visualization became a way to hope again. A way to pray with my heart, not just my words. Then a Bible verse struck me deeply. Sing, O barren. Isaiah 54:1. That verse felt strange to me at first, because the world usually celebrates after the answer comes. After the pregnancy test is positive, after the ultrasound shows the baby, after the prayer is answered. But God said, sing, O barren. Not sing after you conceive, not sing after the baby is born. Sing now, right in the middle of waiting, right when there is still no evidence. Hebrews 11:1 says, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Before I saw you on the ultrasound screen, Luna, I saw you in my prayers. Before I held you in my arms, I held you in faith. Then came November 8th, 2022. There was a lunar eclipse. Something inside me told me to take a pregnancy test before going out. I did not expect anything. Honestly, I had already been disappointed too many times, but I took the test anyway. And there it was, positive. I was pregnant. The next day I went to my doctor. I had an ultrasound to check how far along I was, but it was still too early. The baby could not be seen on the screen yet, and I became afraid. I thought maybe I had already lost the baby. My doctor told me to take a blood test to confirm the pregnancy, and it was positive. After 1 week, we went back. This time, we saw the sac. It was small. It was early, but it was there. You were there, and that was the beginning of my pregnancy journey. Sometimes, faith begins before the evidence appears, and you sing before the miracle is seen.
Positive. Praise the Lord.